you're gonna have problems. You're gonna be disappointed in the playoffs when the game gets a little short and he don't get those easy buckets.
I want to ask you about Detroit's overall season because the rest of them, I mean, you know,
Overall season,
yeah, I want you to give a grade because I know
I
this
get
is the outcome that Pistons fans wanted, but
A plus plus.
here we go.
Right? This is not a failure to Detroit Pistons team, right? No one put them in first place this year. Um, Whatever they did in the summer that had this team gelling from training camp, from the day it was tip ball, Detroit came out the gates, Hussein Bolton it, and nobody in the East caught him. Um, and as we look and make a deep dive on their team, we can see this team was really handicapped. What they played on was they played to their strengths. And besides that shot right there, but they played to the strength. But I can't blame him because he don't usually take the shots. The reason he took that shot is because he made one earlier, right? He made his first one, means he's going to shoot a second one. So that was his second one. So he was 50%, which is amazing. Usually they play to their strengths, right? So the fact that this team capitalized on the lack of overall talent, like meaning on the offensive end to just, play the playoff game at a high level. They had a great goddamn year, right? All they do is just got to tweak a couple pieces, and boom,
Well,
right?
see, that's the follow up question because if you talk to some Pistons fans, it's a little bit of panic. The only reason why is because they feel as though now there's more questions than answers. I think it's like a fan of a team. You come out of a season and say like, okay, we have more answers than questions. We know that this guy is going to be long term. We know that if we just upgrade at this position, we'll be good. We know that. So there's Pistons fans that I've seen that have more questions about the roster than they do have answers going forward. They don't think they have.
How do you have more? How do you have more questions? What questions are you gonna fucking ask?
Where's the offense? Where are we getting it from?
That's easy, right? We're gonna get rid of Tobias Harris, get somebody a little bit that can put the ball in the basket a little bit more to be a real second option. Duran has to be the third option. He can't be the second option because he doesn't have the type of game to be the second option, right? And then the fact that you will force him to be the second option kind of lets you know what else you have on your team. If you can get a second option guard or a wing that can put the ball in a basket with Cade, Duran ceiling flies. But when you got to force feed him and try to make him the guaranteed number two, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna be disappointed in the playoffs when the game gets a little short and he don't get those easy buckets, right? So get rid of Tobias Harris, upgrade that position. I like Jenkins as a six-man, great. But how Jenkins and Cade played, that's what you need. You actually need you need another guard or a wing, either a three or a one or a two that can put the ball in the basket and that can, help. Duncan Robinson's fine. You need that. I just tweak Tobias. Jenkins comes off the bench, bring him back off the bench, and get a couple more pieces that can just, some shooters. I don't have to worry about rebound, toughness, defense. I got enough of that. Asar, I got the workout that you need to do today, starting this week. You start off with 5 spots, right? You start off at the mid-range, right? Spot shooting. Start off with spot shooting. For you, not what I do, the numbers I put out. I'm doing 25 each spot. You do 10 shots a spot, right? 10, 10, 10. So that's 50 mid-range makes. Then you go to the college street, 10 spot. 10 shots, 5 spots. That's another 50. Then NBA 3, right? So just spot shooting, that's 150 makes. Then after that, you go back inside, one dribble left, 10 of those. One dribble right, 10 of those, right? 5 spots, mid, 5 spots, college, 5 spots, NBA, right? That's 450 shots, right? You need to understand this concept. And a lot of trainers aren't teaching you this, but look, before you get to the bag, you have to have a foundation of shooting, right? So spot shooting, dribble, shot, right? Dribble, shot. Get understanding the basics and the fundamentals of your footwork. Because after you finish all the moves, what it ends to the last dribble, shot. So you want to get familiar with one dribble pulling up, one dribble pulling up. Then from there, you can do step backs, right? You can do up and unders, right? The same, you can use the same 5 spots to run any move you want like that, right? You already have the template, right? From there, it's okay, you out of the what's the name? You can pump fake, dribble left, spin back right, fade, right? Pump fake, dribble right, spin back, fade. Like you can do whatever you want out of the template, right? It's volume shooting. Right now, I can tell you work out hard, but you're working out. You're not skill improving. Skill improving means you have to beat that drum in on whatever you're trying to improve. So you're shooting, you have to beat the drum in. First workout, 450, right? That's your day workout. At night, right? At night, 300 free throws, right? 300 free throws, right? For that whole day, right? Low impact workout, you got about 800 shots up. Right? That's 800. So the days you really feel good, you try to get 800 to 1,000. Right? Them days you do not want to work out, which is usually 2 times a week. The days you don't want to do nothing, go in there, your body hurting, go in there and shoot 200 free throws. Go in there and shoot 200 free throws. That's a workout still. Making sure your arm, your body's understanding every single day. I have to get something. I would rather you go to the gym, take 5 shots instead of not taking any. Go there and I'm going to take 5 shots. Just think about it. You have to take, let's say, 100,000 shots this summer to be a better shooter, which means there's no days off. Just you go there, you take 5 shots. That adds to your number. Let's just say 100,000 shots from now to the season starts improves your shooting. That means your job is to get to that number. Everybody want to be a max player, but if I ask everybody, hey y'all, who wants to be max? Every fucking player in their hand will raise their hand. Whoa, me, I want a max. Then I say, all right, you got to take 10,000 jumpers this summer to be Steph Curry. And everybody's gonna be like, oh, why would I do that? Well, that's what he did. I mean, he started his when he was little. You don't have that advantage, right? So you gotta do that now. So if you want to shoot like him, because shooting like him gets you the max. Playing like him gets you the max. So that means you got to go out there and work like a max player. Right? So a lot of people need to improve. A lot. Being just a defensive player, that shit's so overrated. I'm sorry. I've always looked down on the only defensive rating guy because they look down on the only offensive guy. Right? If you only play offense, he only plays defense. What the fuck does that mean? It's the same shit. But in reality, my offense is at a tier his defense is not at. Right? Offensively, I'm an all NBA player. Defensively, is he an all defensive team player? No. So I'd rather have my offense, I'd rather have 5 players like me than 5 players like that. If I'm going to take 5 decent defensive players, they have to be defensive player of the years. I'll take then a Draymond Green, a Rudy Gobert, a Marcus Smart then. Because a Drew Holiday, those are at that's the peak of it. I'm not going to say just take a regular, just a great, I mean, a sword. He's a great defensive player. He's going to make those teams, in the future. But right now, I'd rather take an all offensive player because I can teach him to be in great defensive spots. I can't teach.
For what it's worth, I mean, Detroit is still relatively young.
Oh, they got time. Listen. This is not a knock against, this is improvement talk. To improve your game, to enhance your game. I know it's not a good feeling being on that. I mean, I've never had to go through that. I've always had a burner. I kept it on me. I always kept the burner on me. You feel me? No matter where he was. If you got the run in your mouth, arm came a cannoning, right? I was that guy. Always had shorts under the jeans, right? Ready for action. So what I'm saying is, it's a horrible feeling to be the guy nobody is guarding and you're not helping your team. So you are young. You don't have to be a great shooter next year. Be a better shooter next year than a better shooter after that. 3 years from now, you're going to look back on this and laugh because you done spent 3 years perfecting trying to be a offensive player, or at least, keep the defense honest, where now you are a threat from the outside. 3 years from now, you becoming a offensive threat. Cade is now in his peak, like he knows what he's doing. That game is easy to him. Oh, you're talking about a whole different Pistons team. Whole different Pistons team.
Yeah. With that being said, though, I spent too much time on the losers because.
No, but losers get the most time because, we respect your grind. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Just get better in the summer, and y'all did a lot of y'all maximize. Listen, y'all maximize the Hondas, right? You maximize them damn Hondas on the team. Like I'll just be honest. You maximize it. When we looked at that roster, and last or 9, they're gonna be maybe 8th seed, 9th seed, playing team for sure. No one's seen number 1. Come on.
I think that's fair.
You're looking at the roster. Who you looking at this roster and say, "Whoo, man, K got one of them teams this year." No, nobody did that. So they really did their damn thing, right? So they get an A++. I'm sorry.